coming up 17 to protect local wildlife. Plus, local startups and entrepreneurs get a boost. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Michaela Richardson.
And I'm Liam Combs. Thanks for tuning in. Driving along the I-17, you can catch many deer crossing signs which warn deer and elk can cause accidents along this busy highway.
Yes, they can, and Tyler Murphy has the news that will keep your trip and the deer safer.
A $24 million grant from the Arizona Department of Transportation will be used to build a wildlife bridge over the I-17 between Willard Springs and Newman Park exits.
You'll see elk on the side of the road that have been hit regularly. Everybody's seen them. And the people that hit those animals, you know, it's a high risk to them. They can get injured or even worse when they hit an elk, because an elk is a large animal, several hundred pounds. And so we see about 85 elk and about 15 deer a year killed on I-17 from wildlife vehicle collisions. And so being able to address that side of it is definitely important from a safety perspective.
Before receiving the funding from ADOT, the Arizona Game and Fish Department has been gathering data for more than a decade.
Identifying where animals are crossing the road and pose safety hazards. And so that work has been going on with collaring animals and finding where their movement patterns are.
Putting yourself in the position of an animal trying to cross I-17, it becomes clear just how dangerous the highway can be for wildlife.
I-17 is a barrier to many wildlife species. We see the traffic volumes there exceed 20,000 cars a day regularly, and the animals can't get across the road very easily. And so we see fragmentation, and in some instances, for some species, we see genetic consequences from having barriers caused by roads.
The plans are to be finished in June of 2024, with construction following after. Tyler Murphy, NAZ Today.
The Flagstaff Unified School District found a new location for the Flagstaff Junior Academy, 1800 North Gemini Drive near the Basis campus. Talks about this new middle school have been ongoing since the beginning of this year, and the board officially closed on the expected $8.4 million project. This development is anticipated to be complete for the 2024-2025 school year. The Navajo Division of Social Services held a workshop to decide how to spend over $800 million to support a new initiative to empower Indigenous children. Navajo Nation President Boo Nygren created the plan, which calls for increased spending for foster care, adoption, early childhood programs, and youth development initiatives.
State Route 89A continues to be closed until Saturday. Crews are currently working on rockfall mitigation. If you need to get in or out of Sedona, use Interstate 17 and State Route 179. As its name implies, the nonprofit Moonshot is all about turning creative business ideas into reality. They provide ways for innovators and entrepreneurs to make their start in the business world right here in Flagstaff.
NAZ Today's Jordan Valander is in the studio to tell us more about what this facility has to offer.
Thank you, Liam. I had the opportunity to go to Moonshot and see some of the out-of-this-world resources they have.
Is a company local to Arizona, and the company is looking forward to helping out young entrepreneurs.
We are an incubator program, 501c3 nonprofit. We specialize in working with entrepreneurs, as well as working with other communities across Arizona to help them build entrepreneurial ecosystems. This year, we actually received the registered trademark for the word. And so you're going to see a lot new. You're going to see the NACET being completely swiped away from all of our literature and signage and stuff like that. And we're going to proudly boast and scream Moonshot.
Hathcock stresses how important story building is during the process of creating a business. A good story, he says, is critical.
Obviously, I tell that story a lot when I talk to entrepreneurs and how to build your story and how to tell your why. But the moment we made that change, honestly, our corporate sponsorships, our donations, our footprint, everything went up.
The company has numerous resources available for use.
We have two buildings. We have a 10,000 square foot building. That was the original building, which has wet labs and regular office space. Another facility right across the parking lot, which is a 28,000 square foot facility, which is very similar to the themes of the first building, but just larger spaces.
Moonshot offers a variety of free programs and workshops for applicants to participate in.
We've put together programs in the past where we've gone into the high schools and kind of taken over their class for the week and essentially doing a top line level of our tracks, like our track one. How do you go from an idea to market?
Hathcock encourages students from NAU to check out the campus and consider participating in events. For more information, you can visit at Moonshot Arizona on Instagram or moonshotaz.com. Jordan Vallander, NAZ Today.
The Francis Short Pond near Marshall Elementary has recently been refilled and restocked with rainbow trout. Locals are jumping at the opportunity to throw in their lines while the weather is still good.
I'll probably come back later this evening, bring a fishing pole.
Other Flagstaff natives are already on the case. This pond has been dry for the last year, and the city has worked to repair and install a new solar-powered aeration system, as well as removed tons of debris, sediment, and ash that piled up during the pipeline fire a year ago.
Yeah, all year it's been dry and sad looking, and it's been kind of a bummer, so I'm glad to hear that they're putting fish back in it.
For all of you fellow fishermen, Sportsman's Warehouse suggests using flies and lures for your best shot at some of these rainbow trout. While the weather's still nice, the pond offers Flagstaff a new pastime and a way to connect with your neighbors.
Last year, I'd come here after work pretty consistently, and I caught a pretty good catfish, a couple smaller ones, and it's just a beautiful spot to sit and enjoy the weather.
You do need a valid license from AZ Game and Fish to be able to catch on this pond, but for kids under 10, you can throw your lines in here for free. In the next year, officials say they hope to stock the pond with bluegills and catfish. Are you eating them tonight?
I sure am. I'm going to go home and eat them.
Mitch Strowman, often called the voice of the Lumberjacks, is celebrating his 1,000th game as a play-by-play commentator.
It's been something that has been so much fun for me for over 30 years. It's been gratifying and humbling to be a part of a university's athletic department and sports broadcasting for that long. It's a passion that is never quenched for me, and to be called the voice of the Lumberjacks is just one of the greatest feelings that I can possibly ever imagine having.
The milestone was hit on Saturday during the NAU men's basketball game against the Pacific Tigers at home. Strowman has been calling games since 1991. A salmonella outbreak has led to a recall of cantaloupe. Faith Rodriguez has more on the story.
A recall on cantaloupe due to salmonella outbreak. The outbreak has left 2 dead and 61 hospitalized, with a total of 117 sick. The recall is on pre-cut and whole cantaloupe with the brand Malchita and Rudy from Kroger, which is owned by Fry's, Trader Joe's, Bix Produce Corporation, and Sprouts Farmers Market, with the produce code 4050. The salmonella strain has been reported in 34 states. If you are experiencing any of the salmonella symptoms, please call your healthcare provider. Faith Rodriguez, NAZ Today.
You like jazz? NAZ Today's Tyler Murphy joins us live with a solution to your dilemma. Tyler?
That's right. Tonight is jam night at Cornish Pasty, and it's becoming a habit for some. The jam session started about 2 years ago with NAU students. Alec Wilkes, who has been a frequent player since they started, says it's a lot of fun.
There are other Cornish pasties down in the valley that also do jazz jams and stuff. Because NAU has a fairly strong jazz program and the players need places to play, it was kind of a way for us to be able to go and try out some ideas and get some things going with people.
Earlier in the semester, more players were able to come to the jam. But with the school year picking up, there has been a slight decline in players showing up.
Sometimes it's lower, especially right now with like the school year really ramping up. A lot of people are really busy and they don't have time to come out on a Wednesday night. And so we'll get like 4 or like 4 to 6-ish. But yeah, it depends on generally the busyness of the school year at the time.
Noah Chesterman, who has just started coming to the jams this summer, says they make for a great evening of entertainment.
It's a really welcoming environment. It's a fun time. We're as inclusive as all get out.
Jam night starts at 7:30 Wednesday nights and is open to people of all ages. Tyler Murphy, NAZ Today.
Coming up, Flagstaff rings in the holiday season. Stay with us.
A quick look at what to expect this week. Warmer temperatures will continue for the rest of the work week. However, we will start to see that dip in temperatures as we go into the weekend. I have more weather coming, so stay with us.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars. Really tall. I'm a rocket structural engineer designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? Yes. You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back. With Christmas just a few short weeks away, Northern Arizona is ready for the holidays.
That's right. The Christmas tree in Heritage Square is lit, lights line every store, and the Downtown Business Alliance is bringing holiday activities to the community. NAZ Today's Lauren Anderson has more.
The holiday season is right around the corner, and Northern Arizona community is here to celebrate. We are in the heart of downtown Flagstaff to celebrate the Winter Wonderland event, located at Heritage Square.
Today we have Winter Wonderland and our tree lighting. So it's all free, family friendly, and it's just a way to kick off the holidays. So we have free hot cocoa and s'mores and crafts and music.
The Flagstaff Downtown Business Alliance hosts this event. This is the 4th year for the festive celebration.
Everybody wants to be in Flagstaff because it's cool. We just had snow and it feels like the holidays here. So a lot of people want to come from the valley, and then our visitors are always welcome to be part of the holidays in downtown Flagstaff.
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. My friends brought me here. We're here to have fun for the weekend. We just came by and saw all the holiday spirit, so we're here to celebrate.
From only 2 hours away in Phoenix, or all the way from Michigan, the free event hosted by Downtown Flagstaff brings people together during this holiday season.
So we just invite everybody to come into downtown Flagstaff. There's always something going on in downtown Flagstaff for our community to enjoy.
Their next celebration will be on December 31st with a pine cone drop to bring in the new year. Lauren Anderson, NAZ Today.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Welcome back. My name is Matt Kienitz, and I will be your student forecaster today. Taking a look at Flagstaff currently, we are currently at a temperature of 45 degrees. It has dropped pretty significantly in the past 30 minutes. We are seeing some pretty clear skies right now, and that relative humidity is at 39%. We do not have any wind speed right now. It is at 0 miles per hour. Taking a look at our current satellite, we can see we do have some cloud coverage coming in a little bit into the night. We do have a little bit going in from Mexico into New Mexico, just passing over southern Arizona. We have some daily almanacs. We have that 58-degree high today, and that low did not register today. We are pretty above average, though. 44 degrees as the average high around this time of year, 58. So we are pretty significantly above it. We are actually only 4 degrees away from that record high. So you're seeing some pretty warm temperatures right now. -6 degrees is that record low at 1951. Yesterday, we did not see any precipitation. We did see a little bit last week. However, that will be it for at least the upcoming forecast. Since January 1st, we have had 24.18 inches, and that average is normally around 18.91 inches. That sunrise this morning was at 7:21 a.m., and that sunset has already happened at 5:14 p.m. Taking a look at our high temperatures today, Page had a high of 57 degrees, 60 in Hopi, 57 in Winslow, 58 over in the Grand Canyon, 70 as the high in Kingman, and in Flagstaff, here we had a high of 58 degrees. Taking a look at tonight, we're going to have a forecast low of 29 degrees. It will be some partly cloudy skies, and that sunset, as I mentioned, is already set today. Tomorrow, we're going to have a forecast high of 53 degrees, and it will be sunny skies tomorrow. That sunrise is normally going to be at around 7:22 a.m. this time of year as we get closer to that winter solstice. Sunset will be at 5:14 p.m. Taking a look tomorrow, we're going to have highs all across the state today that are going to be a little bit cooler than today. 65 degrees as the high in Sedona with a low of 38, 64 in Kingman with a low of 34, 56 up in Page with a low of 37, 59 as the high in Tuba City with a low of 26, and over in Show Low, a high of 57 and a low of 33. Taking a closer look here in Flagstaff, Thursday, a high of 53 degrees with a low of 24. It's going to drop down a little bit as we go into the weekend with a high of 47 on Friday and a low of 14. Saturdays, we're going to see that big drop down to 37 degrees as the high with a low of 17. Sunday, a high of 52 degrees and a low of 23. And on Monday, we're going to see that high of 51 degrees and a low of 24 degrees. I hope you guys enjoy the sunny weather while you still can, but stay tuned for sports after the break with Ava Nichols.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. My name is Ava Nichols, and I'll be your sports reporter for the night. NAU football announced a new head coach on Sunday. Brian Wright joins the Lumberjacks from Pittsburgh State, a D2 school in Kansas. He led the Gorillas to back-to-back Mid-American Intercollegiate Athletic Association titles, with a record of 23-3 in the last 2 seasons. Before joining the Gorillas, Wright was an offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach at Toledo and Florida Atlantic. He also has FCS experience as he coached at Montana State and Youngstown State. Coach Wright will be in Flagstaff tomorrow to address the media. Check out the Overtime Friday to meet him. Switching to high school, Coconino boys basketball took on the Apollo High School Hawks from Glendale on Monday night, losing 72-53. The Hawks extend their record to 3-0 while the Panthers moved to 2-5. The game started off 8-7, but the Hawks quickly gained a 20-8 lead in the first quarter. Head coach Cooper Elliott said it was tough to gain momentum back. Despite the loss, Elliott is looking forward.
Yeah, we're young. I think they all love each other, which is great. I'm waiting for that, to kind of click and to get our chemistry down. I'm sure it will, but sooner the better, in my opinion.
The Panthers start Grand Canyon Region play tomorrow night when they host Bradshaw Mountain at 7 p.m. Speaking of high school games, there is a widespread referee shortage across the nation. Local high schools in the area are being heavily affected by this. I talked to regional athletic directors and referees to figure out why this problem exists and how they accommodate for the low numbers. Check it out. Northern Arizona high school athletic directors are rewriting policies to ensure games can continue as scheduled due to a shortage of officials. Flagstaff's athletic director, Janine Brandel, was an official for the AIA and currently serves on the AIA board, representing the Grand Canyon region.
The pool of officials really has gotten much smaller because a lot of those people are retiring out. And there aren't new kids or new people just dying to be officials. Some of that's got to do about salary. Travels can be difficult, particularly if you're in our region. And then the hardest thing is parents, kids, coaches, they're disrespectful.
Athletic directors across the region are taking action to curb the disrespect. Eric Fries of Coconino High passes out cards with instructions to a sportsmanship course for parents. Despite his efforts, there are still days he cannot schedule games due to a lack of available officials.
So you can see all the ones that read BO on there is a blackout day, which means there's not enough officials to cover games on those days. We have never, until the last 2 years, had blackout dates.
Due to the shortage, athletic directors often have to bring in officials from other areas, which can cost between $300 to $400 per game.
We usually have to pull from the Phoenix area, and that's an added cost. What that means is we have to pay mileage for those officials.
After serving as the athletic director at Northland Preparatory Academy for 20 years, Mike Elder retired in June, but decided to become an AIA official to support local athletics.
I wanted to do my part in retirement to just take a little bit of the pressure off. And it's just a way to get out there and get great exercise and work with the kids. It's all about the kids.
Elder says that officials need to be valued and respected in order to sustain the future of high school athletics.
Our officials are human beings. They are people just like us out in the community working jobs. And they do this for the same reason that I wanted to do it, because it's all about the children.
Ava Nichols, NAZ Today. Sports are fun. Stay kind and be safe. Check out the AIA's website for information on how to become an official. That's all I have tonight. Stay tuned after the break for your weather recap with Matt Keenitz.
I just found out my work party is a +1. You want to go? This is my boss, Ella.
Nice to meet you, Greg.
You're welcome. Nope, I'm high. But I'll clean the kitchen while you're gone.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? I'm toasted.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses.
You heard how loud I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza. Yes.
Make a plan today.
Taking one last quick look at this weather. As you can see, those temperatures are going to drop starting on Friday, but they will slowly come back up as we go into the next week.
Thanks, Matt. Now, today is our final broadcast of the semester, and every final show means we have to say goodbye to some of our crew. Joining us on desk are 4 graduating seniors from our production crew: Brighton Rain, Bailey Grayling, Kylie Pierre, and Lana Patterson. We're also saying goodbye to a very familiar face, my incredibly talented co-news director, Liam Combs.
Thank you, guys. It's been a heck of a ride. From all the seniors here at NAZ Today and the folks in the back, for one last time, good night, Flagstaff. And with that, I'll hand it off to my director.
Bring in the lower third. Ready the jib cam. Get ready to bring up some music. Bring in the music.